You're talking about wolves, yet here you are, sitting on your ass getting hemorrhoids. It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. That should do it. Thank you, Lydia. Okay then, this is Skyrim on Steam VR, I guess. I'm playing on an Oculus Quest 2, hooked up via Airlink. If you can see this cable I've got running here through me strapping down the back into my pocket, that is to a power bank, which gives me a lot of extra battery life, because otherwise the Quest dies after a couple of hours. But yeah, I can go on for like 6, 8, maybe 10 hours with that. So yeah, I've played Skyrim VR on the PSVR and it's pretty poor. It's slightly better on the PS4 Pro than on the standard 4, but it's still pretty ropey. The resolution is poor. It's like looking at the world with Vaseline smeared on your eyes, and that's not great. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go on the Quest with this PC that I've got, and it's glorious. I have just increased the settings on it, the graphical settings and stuff. I'm not sure what the difference is compared to how it was before. Actually, looking at it, not much difference. I'm also toying with the idea of adding mods, you know, new textures and whatever, lighting effects, whatever I can add without breaking it. I'm not really into modding games, so I'm not in a hurry to do that. Maybe I'll do another video when I've done that. We'll see how this goes. I'm still getting used to the controls. It controls vastly better than... are we going the wrong way? I don't actually think I've got my... We're supposed to be going to the Greybeards. That's not... Yeah, there we go. Let's have that on the map. Okay, we'll go this way. Yeah, control of this is vastly better than on the PSVR, because with... oh dear. With that, it's like your move controllers are just a sack of shit. Don't you come bug me, geezer.
Hail, friend.
Oh,
it's good to see another merry soul enjoying
I'm not
this
merry,
fine
piss
day.
off.
Ah, but you look tired.
Yes, I am.
Come,
Tired of you.
share a bottle of honey brew mead with me.
No, no, no.
You've never had a taste of sweet honey brew?
Nope.
Why, it's only the finest mead outside of Sovngarde.
It's not black
Its
sheep milk
sweetness is
stout,
like a
so I
fair
don't care.
maiden's kiss on a starry night. And it's got enough kick to put a frost
Kill him.
roll on his hind quarters.
Oh, yeah, okay. Another time,
But
thanks.
enough talk.
Yeah, piss
Come.
off.
Won't you share a drink with me
No.
and my companions?
No, no, no. Give me a choice, damn it. Oh.
Cheers, my friend. May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
We're not killing them yet, Lydia. I've killed her. Well, I've got her killed once already through a complete ineptitude on my part. What was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted by Mr. Pisshead back there? Yeah, controls. Vastly, vastly better. Move controller on the PSVR. Rubbish. No good, because there's no joysticks on it. I'm looking at my hands, but you can't see them. Hopefully you can see in the camera that's over there somewhere. Yeah, so you had no directional control other than teleporting, which I hate and never do if I have the choice. But with these, yeah, you can move around. Everything is just vastly, vastly better. I took to playing it, when I was playing on PSVR, I used like the PS4 controller, which was just not immersive, and probably a factor in why I got so much motion sickness playing it on there. This... glorious. I do have the jerky rotation, because that is the worst thing for it's rotation that gives me motion sickness. Now I could, and frequently do, not do that. It's like in a battle, if I want to turn, well, I just turn around, which is great. You know, I'm here. I'm in this landscape. Literally, I can walk about and walk into my... I've got a guardian. I don't know if that shows up on the footage that you can see, but I know that I'm up... Yeah, there. I'm touching something. Shelf, probably. I also have a bed right in front of me here. Ish. But I can't see it. And the guardian actually won't tell me it's there because I drew around it. That was interesting. Models sort of fading in and out. Yeah. But anyway, it is vastly, vastly better. Also, like when you're playing with a joypad, it's push a button to swipe with your weapon. Where here, when I'm fighting, literally I'm waving my arms about with a mace in my hand, hitting people. Though there is a lack of weight, and you can't actually... I wish it would vibrate the controller when I make contact with them, so I know that I've actually hit them. You just have to trust that you've clobbered them. Oh, I forgot I got that. Wrong. Oh, you piss off. Oh, thank you, Lydia. You can... Well, your lunch, mate. There's another one. Piss off. I'm standing with a mace in my hand. I could have just hit it, but no, I'm trying to get my flame on, said Johnny Storm. We search the wolves because while I'm not collecting their pelts, sometimes they have gold, because obviously wolves are going to have gold, aren't they? Yeah, that one's got gold. He's a rich wolf. It's poor guy's got an arrow in his face. Nice shot, Lydia. She is quite vulnerable in terms of getting herself killed, but when she died, I just reloaded a few steps previously and got her back, because it's useful to have her around for situations just like that. She's good with that bow and arrow. Let me pick up your arrow. I've got a bow myself, but I can't shoot for shit with it. My aiming is appalling, though I have just changed the aiming method on it, and I think from not realistic aiming. We'll see how that goes later, if I need it. I mean, we're going to the Greybeards apparently, so I don't know that I'll get the opportunity to find out. Well, if this sign is anything to go by, we're going this way. This is so pretty, and it looks better since I've increased something. I don't know. There's other settings that I've not tinkered with yet that I could have increased, but I didn't know what it was. Super sampling. What the hell is super sampling? I don't know. I've got it on minimum. I don't know what it would do if I increased it. I do... What the hell are they doing? Not entirely a realistic butterfly flight mechanic. Who cares? They're pretty. Yeah, I haven't got used to the fact that I walk in the direction that my hand is pointing rather than the joystick. And I was getting confused with that because I was... It seemed like the joystick wasn't responding correctly and was always offset. But it was because my hand wasn't pointing in the direction I wanted to be going. Which I guess actually is that how the PSVR did it? It might have been actually. You pressed a button and pointed. I'm not sure that this is where I want to be, but here we are. I guess actually I'm going up. Yeah, I'm going up there. This she is. Hello, geezer. How are you? Having a good day? Talkative chap. How you doing?
Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar.
Yeah, that's
Such
me.
a thing has not happened for hundreds of years.
And how would you know? Have you been alive that long? I think not. Yeah, I've I've put on more detailed shadows. Chicken. And I can tell the difference. I mean, this is the first time I've played it since increasing the settings and stuff, and I can absolutely tell the difference, and it is
On
really
your way up the 7,000 steps again, Clement?
7,000.
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar.
Yeah,
the path
wuss.
isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery.
Ah, well, I'm
Perhaps
going
one
there.
day.
Yeah.
I wish
Hello.
I could make my deliveries more often.
Yeah,
But the road's getting dangerous.
You're a wuss. I'm going. Me and Lydia here. There's a bear. What's it doing? Sitting around. I'm not going to go over there. I don't want to kill the bear. This is like Whitby. Yeah. We're at Whitby. What's shrine thing? Should we do the shrine thing? Is this the shrine where you do the shrine thing? Maybe not. Whatever. It looks cool. Do you think we can get some Whitby jet around here? Or just some fish and chips? I'm not... I'm sure I'd drive Lydia mad, or I would if she was, like, remotely sentient. This is a thing that does let down games like this. The textures and the... What? Oh, God. Nice one. That's never not funny. Yeah, the tessellations, that's the word I want. The repeating nature of the ground textures over a large area, they kind of break the immersion, which is a shame. Could do better. But, you know, it's an old game, so you have to expect things like that. This is the thing that you don't get when playing this on a screen. How big it is. I mean, I'm craning my neck to look up rather than just, you know, push a button on a pad and see what's up there. I've literally got to look up, and you get a sense of depth and distance that is... Being in the world is so much better than just looking at it. And I mean, these are all cliches, I know. Everyone who's ever played VR and enjoyed it will have said these things. Not just about this game, but any game that works. Come on, get a move on. That's an interesting thing over there. That's something we should check out sometime. It looks like a burial thing, burial mound, something like that maybe. It's probably going to be full of things that need killing, because they usually are. Here's a goat. That really gets my goat, that does. Look, running away. Don't run away. I'm not going to kill you. Probably. We have our own food. We don't need to eat you. There are mods that allow you to pick things up, though I doubt that you can pick these up even if you've got the mod, but... Didn't want to do that. I'm so used to using the grab button to pick things up, because that's what you do in VR chat. But the grab button on your right hand here fires your shout thing. I've forgotten what that shout is called, but it's the default one, and it's the one I pretty much stick with all the time. I disintegrated a goat with it once on PSVR, or was it just on PS4? Don't know. Yeah. What's the draw distance like? How far can we see? How far can we fall? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Can see for miles. And there's something up there. Oh, it's a goat. Oh, and there's a geezer. Hello, geezer. How are you? Ignoring me. That's just rude. I don't care. I don't want to talk to him anyway. Here's another thing that I'm going to ignore because why not? I do get... I'm not going to call it vertigo, but I do lose my balance in VR, especially if I'm in a fight or interacting with someone in a way that forces me to move around them, but mostly in a fight. In fact, the worst thing is when I get into a fight and they're coming at me, I step back. It's like I should... Oh, you sod. Ha! Think you're hard. Oh, we've leveled up. Yay. Yeah, I step back and lose my balance or back into this thing here. Or, depending on which way I'm facing, into my bed. I think that's what's in... Yeah, I've got my bed there. Chair just here. Laptop just over there. You know, it's hazardous, and I can't help but respond in that way. It's that oncoming threat. It's what you naturally do. You step back. And it is potentially quite hazardous. Oh, sod off. Gonna kill you. Div. Oh, gold. Yay. I've got blood on my... Look at that. Clean it off. No, it didn't really work. Yeah, it's getting snowy here. I'm not entirely... I mean, weather forecasts, they're talking about snow. Or I keep reading about it. And or potentially flooding, something like that. It worries me because work, I'm currently driving 20 miles on Sundays to get to a different location for work. And it's Derbyshire. While I'm not like going out into the wilds as such, there are some places where, well, there's a flood sign on one bit of road, and I don't know how deep the flooding would be there. Yeah, I don't fancy that drive in bad weather, but hey ho. What you doing, goat? What's down there? Let's try not to die, but I want to see. I do like snow. I like snow if I haven't got to drive. I don't like snow if I've got to drive. I've been quite fortunate in that I haven't had to drive in snow much in the years that I've been driving. It's like global warming has some benefits, I guess. Though last year I did have a moment where I was driving to Tesco. I've got Tasha in the car with me, and we went down this road that was mostly clear, but there was ice going downhill, approaching a roundabout, and there was no no. I was driving slowly and carefully, but it was it's a pretty steep hill, and I braked for the roundabout, and then turned and looked at Tasha and said, "I can't stop," because guess what? I couldn't stop. Yeah, it was like eased off the brakes, eased back onto the brakes, pumped the brakes, you name it. We did stop eventually, but for about 20-30 yards we just slid down that hill, and that was quite worrying. Thankfully, we weren't going fast, obviously, and there wasn't a lot of traffic. There wasn't anything coming across the roundabout, thankfully, so if I had failed to stop, we wouldn't have had a major accident. I would have just hit the curb on the other side of the roundabout, which someone else actually did, and wound up in someone's garden because we saw them pulling out of the garden as we came back. Hello.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Rockgar.
Okay, thank you. What are you doing here? You'll get hemorrhoids sitting on the snow like that. What?
Yes?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Walking the steps.
You're not walking.
Meditating on the emblems.
Okay.
I make this trip every few years.
Okay. Well, it just seems like a bad place to be sitting, if you ask me. I mean, you're talking about wolves, yet here you are, sitting on your ass getting hemorrhoids.
Good day.
See ya. It's not that good. It's bloody freezing. You're mad. I couldn't be bothered to ask the other questions because I know all the answers, because this is the umpteenth time I have played this. I've only completed the game once, but I've started it many times and got this far. Played it on PS3, PS4, PSVR, and now this. And this is the best it's ever looked. No, I'm not going to get the anniversary edition because I've got this, and I don't see a reason to get that. I mean, have been told, thank you, Hilly, that the anniversary edition is bugged to hell and like just not working on a lot of people's computers. So, yeah, I'll just stick with this alone. If memory serves, there's a troll around here. And the first time I played this and encountered him, I had a really hard time. But I don't think I had here we go. Here he comes. Come and get some if you think you're hard enough. I'm just going to burn your ass. Come on then. Okay, that's not working. Oh, it is. Or she's doing it. She will get in the way of my flames because she's that stupid. Come on then. Come. Oh dear. Come on, Lydia. Oof. You're heavy. Lydia, get up, you fool. Stop dying. It's just not what you... I don't want troll fat. I don't care if it's worth 15 credits. By the time you get to somewhere or buy it, they don't give you what it's worth. I mean, that's the nature of capitalism, isn't it? Just rip everyone off. Thank you, Lydia. Are you less dead now? Yes? Good. Let's go. Loving the atmospheric effect. Just the snow in the wind. It's great. It's probably not realistic, but I don't care. It's great. And it's kind of... You know you're not in the real world. It's not that realistic. But you know you're in a world. Yeah, that's how I would describe it. I'm in a world, just not the real one. It's not that realistic, but it's great. Been there, and it's brilliant that you can look at it from this distance and say, I've been there. I'm harmless. Ooh, nearly fell off the cliff. See, there's that tessellation thing going on again in the snow. I know they have to do it because memory, but that's a thing that hopefully will be improved with a mod. And I hope I'll get round to doing that. I am going to get Half-Life Alyx, which I believe is probably the best game on Quest or PSVR, not PSVR, Steam VR, whatever. Yeah, visually or gameplay. I don't know whether they mean visually or gameplay wise, but either way it's like, that's the game to have and I'm going to get it. And I love Half-Life. And well, no, I love Half-Life 2. I don't actually like the original Half-Life, but I love Half-Life 2, and if Half-Life Alyx is anything like that, and I imagine it is, only in VR, obviously, then gimme. There is an app that you can get on, what's it called, is it called Side Quest? Something like that. I think it's called Side Quest. It's an app that lets you side load games into the Quest, and it's like a Quest 2 mod that lets you run original Half-Life. You install. You've got to like have the original Half-Life PC game, but then you put a load of the game files into the Quest app, and you can play Half-Life in VR. But I haven't bothered working out how to do the whole sideload thing yet, because there are things like this to play with, and I'm just like, I want the biggest and best experiences I can have, and this isn't even the best, but it's Skyrim, and I just have to play it. Hi, Hrothgar. God, they do love to come up with their weird names. I guess it's like a Viking sounding name. Give me that. We'll cure some poison with that. What do we got in here? Give me stuff. What? Nothing in it? It's a bit cheap, isn't it? Sure, it's normally got stuff in it. Oh well. Come on, Lydia. I mean, the bit that we're just coming up to, I'm actually kind of bored with. I've done it so many times now that I think I'm actually going to stop the video here. I haven't done anything. I haven't shown you anything impressive except the world that we're in, and to show you that this is a lot better than PSVR. This if you have a good gaming PC and you like Skyrim and you wonder what's it like in VR and is it worth buying a VR headset for, honestly, I think the Quest 2 is a really, really good option. You know, 299 quid and no cable tethering you to your PC to trip over. You don't, I mean, I've got this cable here, but it's just for the battery, which is in my pocket. And you know, it's not a big deal. It's a higher resolution than quite a lot of headsets. I like the controllers. Yeah, I don't know that I would recommend buying a Quest and in this case, a £1,400 PC just to play Skyrim. Call me insane. I bought the £1,400 PC to play VR chat, which you can play quite adequately just in the £299 Quest, but with the PC it is so much better. Obviously I bought it because I wanted the full VR chat experience, but with the intention of doing stuff like this, and actually I'm going to be doing my video editing on it and stuff because my laptop is... Windows updates being what they are, my laptop is now starting to chug. It's, what, 3 years old? It would probably be improved if I stuck a solid state drive in it and more RAM, double the RAM, and it would be just fine. But I've got this PC, it's way more powerful, so it'll get used for all of that, and I've got other plans for it as well. I think I can use it for recording music. So I have plans. Shall we go in? I don't like that bit. Ooh. She doesn't say much. Hello, geezer. You're gonna bore me now.
So, a dragonborn appears, this moment, we will see if you truly have the gift.
Yeah, I'm
Show
going to
us,
stop the
Dragonborn.
recording now because this
Let
just
us taste of
bores
your
the pants
voice.
off me, and I'm not going to... Sorry if you wanted to see this, but you know.
Shout at us. Let us taste of your voice.
Okay, fuck off. See you later.
Hello, today's question for Q&A is from thumbbandit, link to their channel down there. They ask, for Q&A, bit of a morbid one here, sorry. What will happen to your collection in the event of your death? I myself have no plan and revel in the thought of family members fighting over it, or more possibly throwing it all away, not realising its worth. Good question. My answer is actually currently exactly the same as yours. No, it's not right to say I don't have a plan. If everything goes to plan, by the time I die, I will have sold it all. Or at least most of it. I'm at the point now where the only stuff I would like to keep is the stuff that I use. So all the stuff that's there and over there, the ones that I'm gonna use to make videos with, where I've got convenient storage solutions, you know, SD card cartridges and that kind of thing. The systems that have games that I like, that are just easy to use, easy access to a lot of games. Those I would keep. Everything else I would like to sell. I've got a ton of stuff over there that's taking up a humongous amount of space. And I mean, moving house when you've got that much stuff and just a little car is a pain in the arse and takes about a week, and I don't want to have to do that again. And this being like a private rental, sooner or later the landlord or landlady or whatever will decide, yeah, we want to sell this place or whatever. Could you move out please? And you know, private rentals, they're never forever, and I don't want to have to do all that crap again, moving all of that stuff. The issue there is I don't want to have to go through all the crap of selling it. You know, eBay is just a nightmare. If you're a seller, the risk of getting ripped off is so high because all the protections are for the buyer. And some of that stuff is really quite valuable, and I don't want to get ripped off on a multi-100-pound vintage computer. You know, have them say, oh, it didn't arrive, or it doesn't work, or whatever. You know, I have to give them the money back, and then they not send it back, or send back something that isn't what I sent them. You know, the stuff that happens. So it's like, I've got all this stuff, I want to sell it, but I don't really dare. I know there are other sites that people use and recommend and stuff, but the whole process to me is like, I haven't decided how I'm going to go about it, and this isn't an invitation for you to tell me all the different ways it can be done. Please don't. Yeah, it'll be a thing where at some point I will stumble across a solution that works for me, that suits me, that I want to find it organically myself. Thank you. Yeah. But I suppose the question is, what would happen if I died before I'd sold all of that off? Or what would happen to the stuff that I keep? Legally speaking, I guess it would go to my sister. Because she is, as far as I'm concerned, my next of kin, legally speaking. I honestly don't think she'd want it. I could see her throwing it all in a skip. Yeah. Because I don't have a will. You know, I'm not that old. I know I should have a will, but I haven't, because to write a will is an admission that, like, yeah, you're getting old, death is looming or something, and I don't like to think that it is. If I had written a will, if I was to specify what I would want to do with it all, you see, I could give it to Joe. I can't for one moment think Joe would want it, so would no doubt sell it, and I wouldn't blame her for that, because money is a useful thing to have, where a big collection of retro computers is not, unless you're me or you. I don't know. Yeah, if I was leaving it to Joe, it would be as a for its financial value. I mean, I suppose there are museums and whatnot that might be interested in it, but I don't know. I would rather it go to someone I am close to who means something to me, and them benefit from it in one way or another. I mean, I guess there is value in leaving something like that to a museum where multiple people can benefit from it. There's logic in that, but I don't know. That would be a good socially minded thing to do. Am I socially minded? Yes, I kind of am, but I care more about the people who are close to me. So I think I would actually, I would leave it to Jo and let her do what she wanted with it. Maybe leave the odd item to a museum or a collector or something. It's not something I have a hard and fast, like, well considered answer for, really. I mean, the short answer is I don't have a plan. I don't have a will. I don't plan on making a will anytime soon. So, you know, if something unexpected happened, it would go to my sister, who could do whatever the hell she wanted with it. I'm not really precious about it anymore. For years, decades, a lot of it meant an awful lot to me. Now it is a burden, a lot of it, to be honest. If I'm not using it, I feel burdened by it, and I want to get rid of it, which I never thought I would say. Honestly, it was my life for a long time, and now that part of my life, it's like I've scratched that itch. I'm done. I enjoy making videos of gameplays using the stuff that I use, which is this stuff around here, and I love doing that, and I will continue to do that purely for the pleasure of doing it. But all of that stuff over there, it's a burden. I want rid. I have no need for it. I just need to find a way that works for me of getting rid of it and getting what it's worth. You know, I'm not going to give it away to a charity shop. I know there are lots of people who'd be like, give it to me, I'll give it a good home, but I spent thousands. I want some kind of return on it. Yeah. And I'm not looking, don't make me offers. I'm not doing anything yet. Yeah. Okay, that was all kinda, it sounds quite negative. It's not. I know it sounds it. It's just I'm approaching a corner or a turning point or something. It's not even that. It's a rationalizing what I own, because I've got a lot of stuff that I don't need, and it has a negative impact on my life, and I'm trying to get rid of all of the negatives, and that means getting rid of a lot of stuff that I own. I want to be at a point where if I don't need it, or if I don't use it, I should get rid of it. Yeah. Something like that. Okay, much waffle. Interesting question though. It's good to actually sit down and think about things like that, and this question made me do that, and you're watching the process of me doing that because I hadn't thought about it until I actually hit the record button. Okay, anyone else who's got any questions they would like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comments below and begin with 4 Q&A so I know not to just answer in the comments. And thank you for watching. And before I go, big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. The gameplay video in this video, the Skyrim VR, I bought that with Patreon money, so it is thank you to you that I am able to bring you that video and spend an awful lot of time in the world of Skyrim with my head in a headset, swearing at old men with beards. Thank you for watching.
Ah, there you are. Have you finished polishing the silverware like I asked you? Yes? Splendid. Here's 50 pence. Now, go and click the subscribe button like a good peasant.